So I'm wanting to talk about something, and I kind of have to talk around it because of the nature of what I'm talking about. But I remember hearing a long time ago someone say that doctors, all of them, in order to become a doctor, they had to go through trauma-based mind control, which sounds a little extreme, but I don't think that it really is that extreme considering. And I think a lot of other professions, especially law and maybe politics, have the same, kind of a um, training program. Let's just put it that way, beyond just being educated. But there is and it's not just to see if they can deal with military would be another one, obviously, but it's not just to see if they can, deal with trauma or deal with chaos or deal with whatever and keep their cool. It's almost like a altering of the way that they think and the way that they interact with other people. And trying to find a way to delicately talk about this. Language is a big thing. I think, I read a book a long time ago called Combating Cult Mind Control, and they talked about, or it might have been the mind manipulators. I was really into that topic for a while for a lot of reasons, but whichever one it is, and that's another good one by Alan Shefflin, they were talking about language. So, whoever controls your language, there's an interesting dynamic with that. And they used a term called loaded language. So loading your language with their words and removing yours is a key thing that people that want to mess with you like to do. And I noticed some of the language in different professions is a certain way. That would be one safe way to talk about this. So if somebody dies in a hospital, the way the people that work in risk management or any other area of a hospital like that, and one thing that people maybe don't know is that when you're in a hospital, there's a whole set of files you'll never see that are part of risk management or patient safety or whatever they call their department, quality review. And their job is to have internal reviews of things that happen that are not discoverable by anybody on the outside who might file a lawsuit or something like that. It's kept separate from the patient file. So if something happens in that hospital, what they'll also call an unexpected outcome, then they're going to do a quality review or a peer review, meaning that, doctors will get together and assess each other and honestly say, being extremely forthcoming to try to get to the bottom of something, what they really think happened and what they think they could do better, and etc. And it might be that they don't decide that there was any wrongdoing, but they are supposed to honestly assess it, and those files aren't discoverable. And they do something called root cause analysis to try to kind of, get to the bottom of everything. And that involves somebody that's specialized job is to like go and interview everybody and figure it all out, So, and the people that give the accreditations of the hospitals make sure that they do all of this. So, that being said, you have your quality review and whatnot and all of that private stuff. But the verbiage used within the framework of that, like unexpected outcome, that doesn't always fit what occurs, but that's a catch-all term. And another would be the term when someone dies is expired, and you might be talking about a young child, and the word expired just doesn't seem to fit, and like no matter what happens, that's the term that's used. So these terms kind of create this barrier between people and these professionals to where they can almost view them as milk that went bad, or like the word expired. I mean, unexpected outcome, as if something just happened by osmosis when, sometimes things just happen, but then sometimes they don't. The same thing in law, and the same thing in other professions as well. I'm sure they have terms in the military that would dehumanize other people. But it's almost like in order to deal with some of the things you're going to have to do that job, they're training people to cut off from their humanity. There's so much I can't say, so I can't even really make a proper video because I'm thinking very heavily about an open case. that I can't talk about. So um, I can talk about it with the people that work on cases with me. Um, but yeah, I can't talk about it in this capacity. But let's just say that, you know, we live in a world where things happen that are disturbing, uh, that you think could have gone differently. Uh, and you're not free to really assess things correctly and just speak freely.